Secretary of the Faculty Senate and Chair of the Faculty Senate Executive Committee. I am honored to serve as your Commencement Marshal of the Day. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the University of Illinois at Chicago Fall Commencement Ceremony. Today, we honor doctoral and master's students who completed their degrees in the summer and the fall 2015 semesters. Today's music is provided by the UIC Ensemble under the direction of Jose Riojas. Thank you. This commencement brings together members of the University of Illinois of Chicago family, students, college administrators, faculty and staff, relatives, and friends. Before we begin today's ceremony, to assure that everyone enjoys this meaningful event, would you please take a moment now to turn off or mute any electronic devices that may detract from the enjoyment of all? Thank you. At this time, I present to you the administration of the University of Illinois at Chicago. And now I present to you the members of our distinguished faculty. Everyone, please rise as you are able and join us in the singing of the national anthem, led by Mary Gail Tan, a current student in UIC's music program. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. The words can be found in the back of your program.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. I now have the distinct honor, be seated, please. I now have the distinct honor of introducing Michael Amaritas, Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago. Michael Amaritas assumed the role of Chancellor at the University of Illinois at Chicago March 16, 2015. Since his arrival, he has laid out a set of campus priorities or pillars of excellence that include a renewed focus on our student experience, a more profound engagement with Chicago, including its vibrant business, community, and neighborhood organizations, and a robust effort to showcase UIC's status as the premier public urban research university, educating leaders for the 21st century and contributing to the economic well-being of this great global city. He received his PhD in chemical engineering from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Chancellor Amaritas is also responsible for this new tradition we have established today, fall commencement ceremonies to honor our graduates who complete their degrees during the summer and fall semesters. Please welcome Chancellor Michael Amaritas.
Thank you, Professor Vincent, and thank you, Mary, for a wonderful rendition of our national anthem, as well as the members of our UIC band. I would like to start by introducing the distinguished members of our platform party. Please hold your applause until everybody has been introduced, starting with Dr. Timothy Kalin, President of the University of Illinois System. Dr. Kalin. Dr. Richard Lariviere, President and Chief Executive Officer of the Field Museum of Natural History, and today's honored commencement speaker, Dr. Lariviere. Interim Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Provost, Professor Rick Giselson. Rick. May I ask also the deans of the UIC colleges to stand? Our deans of the different colleges. Thank you. And then the members, vice chancellors, and vice provosts of the university administration. Please stand. Thank you. Now, as you already heard, this is the first time that UIC is celebrating our summer and fall graduates. One of my best arguments to convince everyone that this ceremony was absolutely necessary was the UIC tradition of families and friends actively participating in our commencements and demonstrating their intense emotions of joy and support for our students by cheering, applauding, shouting, and making all kinds of noises. Well, I feel that I'm on thin ice today because, quite frankly, to put it politely, we haven't met expectations. So please help me out and show me that this is indeed the case as you join me in congratulating our 2015 graduating class. Let the record show that this was slightly more involved than the introduction of the deans and the administration of the university. It is an honor for me to be here today and share with you this incredible day. And I'm really delighted to see all the family members and friends who have joined you today to share your accomplishments and to make sure that this is really happening in some cases. Will the family members please stand, and graduates, please join me in thanking your family members for their support over the last few years. And also, graduates, make sure that all of these folks that they were applauding and they were making noise take you out to the best place in town for dinner tonight. Speaking to the graduates, remember how many times since you started your studies and you committed yourselves to a long and difficult journey, remember how many times you imagined this day. Remember the thrill of being accepted to one of the best universities in the country. Remember the long nights and the endless cups of coffee. Remember the hours on the bus or the L every day. And remember the satisfaction of completing what seemed like an overwhelming research paper or field project. Well, that part is over, and this special day is here, and you have earned the right to celebrate. Today is also my opportunity to offer you some parting words from your alma mater. Now, when we say parting, we don't really mean it, since I assure you, you will hear from us, and we will hope we will hear from you. And this is a promise, it's not a threat, by the way. You see, this is not the end of your journey. It's just a short stop, a very important but short in your much longer journey of life. The rest of the journey is yours to define. You have still many choices to make, and these choices are wide and only limited by your imagination. I hope your choices bring you to many new and exciting stops along your journey that fulfill your expectations and your ambitions. I know that your education will help you navigate the rough waters that inevitably you will encounter, and I'm confident that you will find the time and passion to also look after others who are less fortunate than you are in their own journeys and help them along the way. After all, this is the legacy and tradition of your university, and I know you will honor it with your own unique contributions. Today, you're a wiser and more educated person than when you began your journey. Take a moment to think about the distance you have come, look back at yourself on the day you began, and see how different you are today, how far you have traveled on a road to a better, fuller, and stronger you. Take this moment and breathe it in deeply. I know it feels great. On behalf of UIC, I extend you this promise. We will always be your university. And I'm sure if you do well financially, the fundraisers from your college will pursue you. But more importantly than that, this university will always be here for you. Like you, this university will continue to grow in strength and reputation, enhancing the value of your degrees. This university will make you proud, just as your achievements have made us proud. After all, the greatness of a university is in a big part the sum of its alumni, and you are now part of this equation. To the parents, families, and friends, thank you for making this occasion so important by being here, and thank you for all your support for our students and for us. To our graduates, now you go forward to make your way with the education, skills, and growth that are now part of your person. To serve, to lead, to teach, to guide, and in your own way, to give back to the world. And please remember to share your future accomplishments with us and to return to visit and to mentor our students who follow in your footsteps. Go out and tell the world about what you have accomplished and about your alma mater. You are our greatest ambassadors. And thank you for making UIC a place where success lives and people thrive. Congratulations and Godspeed. It is now my privilege to introduce the 20th President of the University of Illinois, Dr. Timothy Kailin. Dr. Kailin took office on May 18th, bringing more than 3 decades of experience as a teacher, researcher, and administrator in public higher education and in top leadership positions with national scientific research agencies. He is committed to continuing the University of Illinois' rise among the world's elite, in his words, firing on all cylinders, to educate and empower students and to foster the pioneering innovation that drives progress and economic growth. Please join me in welcoming the President of the University of Illinois, Dr. Tim Kailin.
My congratulations, class of 2015, and welcome to UIC's first commencement ever in sweaters and boots instead of shorts and flip-flops, although with the weather today, there may be some flip-flops in the audience. I have 3 words for you: way to go. Congratulations. As if your special day wasn't already memorable enough, it's now etched into UIC's history, and I'm grateful to Chancellor Amaridis, whose name I can pronounce, and his team for creating this new December tradition. There's a nice symmetry to having it, a celebration like this at this time of year. The calendar is winding to a close, and so are your days at UIC. Both signal an end and a beginning, a chance to reflect and to imagine the possibilities that lie ahead. Each one of you can look back with pride on the long journey that brought you here today. Your talent, your passion, your commitment, and your hard work have helped you achieve something rare, something worth savoring today. Don't be misled by the fact that college degrees are standard stuff among your circle of friends here at UIC, where everyone you know is either working towards one or already has it. If you step back and look at the nation as a whole, it's a different story. Only about 10% of adults in America have earned master's degrees or higher. To put that in a little perspective, twice as many people own lizards, birds, ferrets, and other exotic pets. So you're in a special category. It's rarefied air, and don't miss the chance to take a deep breath and feel it. So now you're off to new adventures, to a new year that will be unlike any other in your lifetimes. For all of us, actually, the dawn of a new year is always cause for hope, for optimism, and for recommitment. The late Edith Lovejoy Pierce, an English-born poet who lived much of her life not far from here in Evanston, compared the new year to a book with blank pages. How it turns out is up to us. It's up to you. She wrote that we put the words on the page ourselves. The book is called Opportunity, and its first chapter is New Year's Day. The next chapter in your lives is filled with truly boundless opportunity. What you have learned here and what you've done here has unlocked the door to your dreams, nurturing talents that will lift your careers, lift your families, and lift your communities. Use them wisely, make your future the one you imagined. But first things first, please enjoy today's celebration and be sure again to thank the parents, family members, friends, significant others who supported you along the way. Their contributions to your success are immeasurable, and they should share the pride and the credit on this special day. You've just all climbed a ladder with difficult rungs spaced far apart. As you get to the top and space opens for your future, leave the ladder in place. It's not your ladder. It's now the ladder for those who follow you. And look back and help those who are struggling up that. There will be no greater joy in your lives than becoming role models to people who follow you. And that, after all, is the UIC way, and it's why we're all so insanely proud of this institution. My heartfelt congratulations again to the class of 2015. We're proud of you. We love you. Come back often. We look forward to hearing about you and your countless achievements yet to come. And thank you for all for being here.
Thank you. It's now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Richard LaRiviere to UIC. Thank you for providing the commencement address to our PhD and master's graduates today. Dr. Richard LaRiviere currently serves as the president and CEO of the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago. The Field Museum is one of the world's most important cultural assets and holds the distinction of being one of 3 premier museums of natural history in the United States, with the American Museum of Natural History in New York and the National Museum of Natural History at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. Dr. LaRiviere was chosen to lead this preeminent cultural research and educational institution in 2012 after a long and distinguished career, having served as the president of the University of Oregon, executive vice chancellor and provost at the University of Kansas, and a long-standing dean of the College of Liberal Arts at the University of Texas at Austin, the largest college in the University of Texas. Dr. LaRiviere received his bachelor's degree from the University of Iowa and his doctorate from the University of Pennsylvania. He reads 8 languages and speaks French and Hindi. His academic research brought him across the globe, including London, Oxford, Calcutta, Pune, Kathmandu, Tokyo, Beijing, Lahore, Munich, Colombo, and Madras, and many smaller cities in India. Dr. LaRiviere also has a successful private sector career working with companies in India. In many ways, Dr. LaRiviere embodies who we are at UIC. He is our great diversity, all wrapped up in one person, and UIC is fortunate to welcome him this afternoon. Please welcome Richard LaRiviere.
Thank you very much, Professor Vincent. Thank you also, President Colleen and Chancellor Emeritus, for giving me this great honor to participate in the inaugural December graduation. This is one of society's time-honored rituals. It's a moment when we formally recognize the transition from student to skilled participant in the work of making a better world. It's a time of celebration for students, celebration and relief for families, and maybe even a little astonishment from faculty. We come together today wearing remarkably silly hats to celebrate this happy occasion. I am part of the ritual. My job here is to provide you with life-changing insights, inspiration, and advice. So here we go. Buy low, sell high. The Cubs will eventually win the World Series, and don't eat the yellow snow. There, done. Insight, inspiration, and advice. You see these people here who have clearly eaten the yellow snow at some point or other, recognizing the wisdom of that. But now what I really want to say to you is how very, very, very lucky you are. You are, as of today, as of this moment, a member of the world's elite. You are a member of the 1% of the world's population that has a graduate degree from one of the world's distinguished research universities. We've all heard much talk about the 1%, and of course what the social media is talking about is the top 1% is determined by wealth. And sure, we would all like to have more money than we have, but money comes and money goes. You have something that no one can take from you ever. You have an education that has changed you. Of course, that education comes with some minor downsides. Get used to the fact that from now on, every single time you lose your car keys or commit one of life's small mistakes, your smart aleck friends will remind you of your master's degree or your PhD. And they will tell you how it hasn't seemed to have made much difference in terms of your memory. But you are so very lucky. Many of you, like me, are the first person in your family to get a graduate degree. You are the beneficiaries of the gifts of those families. The financial sacrifice of parents, siblings, spouses, children, and others deserves celebration and gratitude. But you are also, thank you, you are also the beneficiaries of the love, the support, the patience, and forbearance of those families and friends. In addition to having the good luck of family and friends who have supported you, you are also lucky to have had a first-rate faculty give you the kind of talent and patient attendance that graduate teaching requires. Of course, all of this means that you now have debts. I know that word brings to mind financial debt, and I suspect that one or two of you may have some financial debt. I'm sure that you have plenty of it in some cases, although for what you have earned in exchange for that debt, your education is a bargain. I'm talking here about another kind of debt, the debt that comes from a sense of obligation and connection. You owe your friends and family gratitude for their support. You owe your teachers for their investment in you. You owe it to yourselves to make a difference in this world, but you also owe loyalty to the University of Illinois at Chicago. We have heard today Chancellor Emeritus use the phrase alma mater. It is a Latin phrase that can be translated as nurturing mother. It is a very old phrase in its connection to academia. The University of Bologna, the oldest continuous university in the world, founded in 1088, describes itself as alma mater studiorum, the nurturing mother of studies. Since the 11th century, universities and their graduates have referred to institutions of higher learning with this phrase. You are now alumni of the University of Illinois at Chicago, your alma mater. The Latin term alumni is also very ancient. It was used in Roman law to refer to an adopted child. In modern times, it refers to the relationship between a university and its students. You are the adopted children of this remarkable institution, your alma mater. Your ties to this school will not end with the receipt of your diploma. You are tied together for the rest of your lives. When you succeed, and you will, in your endeavors, you bring added prestige and distinction to UIC. When the UIC grows in stature in the community of the world's universities, you will benefit by that reflected glory. The world will note your degree from UIC for as long as it knows of your existence. It will be in your obituary and beyond. The connection to this place is real and permanent. Care for it, be proud of it, celebrate it. You are now permanently connected to a university that has, right now, some 200 faculty doing research on social justice. It is a university that is in the forefront of research to work within the community to remove the scourges of obesity, HIV, cancer, and more. It is the kind of university that understands that social and emotional learning are as essential to a good K-12 education as are science and literature. This is a great university whose achievement and promise is recognized by the entire world. But here's the astonishing fact that we are celebrating here today. This great university has made a bet on you. It is so confident in who you are, what you know, and how you work that they have admitted you to the fold today. You are now part of the UIC family. Make them proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lariviere, for your wonderful address and the advice. I have to admit that upon my arrival in Chicago last March, plenty of people volunteered the information that the Cubs will win the World Series, but none of them told me anything about yellow snow, so I will be very careful. Earlier this afternoon, we honored Dr. Lariviere with another UIC first, the UIC Chancellor's Medallion. The University of Illinois at Chicago has established the Chancellor's Medallion to honor individuals whose distinguished service and leadership in the world serves to remind us all that each one of us has the power to make a difference. Recipients of this award are recognized by the University of Illinois at Chicago to have contributed in extraordinary ways to the benefits of our global community. As Chancellor of UIC, this is the highest honor I have to bestow, and Dr. Richard Lariviere embodies the qualities this honor represents. So congratulations, Dr. Lariviere. We now get to this part of the ceremony that everybody is waiting for. It is time to confer the degrees. So I would like to invite Provost Eric Giselson to come forward and present our candidates.
Candidates for degrees. I mean all of you, for all of the degrees that we're celebrating today. Please rise and remain standing. President Killeen, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present these candidates for the corresponding degrees for which they stand.
Upon these recommendations, and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degrees for which you have been presented, and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of those degrees. Congratulations.
Congratulations, new graduates, and you are indeed, as of this moment, a graduate of the University of Illinois at Chicago. Please be seated.
Congratulations, new graduates. Doctoral students will be hooded by Karen Colley, Dean of the Graduate College, and their faculty advisor. Will the doctoral students from the College of Applied Health Sciences please come forward to be congratulated by President Killeen, Chancellor Emeritus, and Dean Fernhall.
Applied Health Sciences. Alexander Ayudelo Orozco, Doctor of Occupational Therapy. Celeste Januszewski, Doctor of Occupational Therapy. Flair Langner, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Chen Yi Ling, Doctor of Philosophy, Kinesiology, Nutrition, and Rehabilitation. Oh, that's Chen Yi. Business Administration, Maria Bobina, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration. John Pendergrass, Doctor of Philosophy, Management Information Systems. Education, Jennifer Buss, Doctor of Philosophy, Education, Special Education. Maria Incroci, Doctor of Philosophy, Educational Psychology. Marcy Sorensen, Doctor of Education, Urban Education Leadership. Ernesto Matias, Doctor of Education, Urban Education Leadership. Daniel Morales Doyle, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Philosophy, Education, Curriculum, and Instruction. Jason Nault, Doctor of Education, Urban Education Leadership. Sherry Novak, Doctor of Education, Urban Education Leadership. Anthony Rodriguez, Doctor of Education, Urban Education Leadership. Verona Portis, Doctor of Education, Urban Education Leadership. Jamie Reese, Doctor of Philosophy, Policy Studies in Urban Education. Engineering, Francesco Cafaro, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science. Mohammed Amin Hashemian, Doctor of Philosophy, Materials Engineering. Marco Maggioni, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science. Thomas Moranin, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science. Ashkan Sharabiani, Doctor of Philosophy, Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. Shishu, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical and Computer Engineering. Liberal Arts and Sciences. Jochen Arndt, Doctor of Philosophy, History. Julio Capelas Delgado, Doctor of Philosophy, Sociology. Michael Delamar, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry. Andrea Guzman, Doctor of Philosophy, Communication. Jeannie Heil, Doctor of Philosophy, Hispanic Studies. David J. Burke, Doctor of Philosophy, Economics. Mohammed Ali Karimi, Doctor of Philosophy, Earth and Environmental Sciences. Joel Croswick, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry. Jia Ling, Doctor of Philosophy, Earth and Environmental Sciences. Emily Lucchese, Doctor of Philosophy, Communication. Miroslav Mihailov, Doctor of Philosophy, Physics. Aaron Peregrine Antalis, Doctor of Philosophy, Anthropology. Xiao Yan Zhou, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry. Eva Stetz, Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry. Kelly Underman, Doctor of Philosophy, Sociology.
Graduates with master's degrees in the College of Applied Health, please come forward, led by the College Marshal, Gail Fisher, to be congratulated by President Killeen, Chancellor Emeritus, and Dean Fernhall.
Master of Science, Health Informatics. Amanda Agansanov. Weena De La Rosa. Roberta Gott. Tony Hackney. Jessica Nicholson. Lucy Osuna. Chandra Penn. Teresa Pobre. Leslie Shimmick. Cassandra Wilson. Kitsum Jason Wu. Kendra Woodbury. Post-Baccalaureate Certificate in Health Information Management. Cornelia Honor Harris. Pamela Nunez. Brian Sikowitz. Claire Allen. Jessica Benyo. Jamie Dollagale. Bashira Enahora. Ruby Erdman. Stephanie Fiorentino. Kristen Fleming. Heather Fox. Kelsey Gable. Valerie Comer. Claire Coslow. Aaliyah Lester. Grace Peng. Master of Science in Occupational Therapy. Kathleen Litz. Catherine Pryor.
Graduates with master's degrees in the College of Architecture, Design, and the Arts, please come forward, led by College Marshal Jane Bagnall, to be congratulated by President Killeen, Chancellor Emeritus, and Dean Everett. Graduates with master's degrees in the College of Business Administration, please come forward, led by College Marshal Abigail McWilliams, to be congratulated by President Killeen, Chancellor Emeritus, and Dean Mikal.
Master of Science in Accounting, Ashley Becker, Kimberly Egan, Yusuf Hassan, Qingyul Kong, Yi Liang, Edward Morales, Heather Parchman, Daisy Perez, Raymond Stahl, Ran Chi, Lin Jin Drew, Master of Business Administration in Business Administration, Akib Adnan, Andrew Barnett, Michelle Beeman, Laura Campbell, Eric Dornbos, Samantha Hare, James Kelly, Philip Cruzel, Vashish Lakmani, Andrew Leonard, Sarah Lichtenberg, Michael Lipsey, Elizabeth Oakey, Thomas Polly, Mihi Reku, Jason Ross, Robert Schroeder, Nana Shi, Reginald Smith, Ryan Triber, Xiaomin Zi, Jay Zimmerman, Allison Ziola, Natalia Colas, Master of Science, Management Information Systems, Anuj Balian, Samir Deshpande, Tadas Jadwalis, Manish Kumar, Dinesh Modi, Han Win, Rushi Parekh, Pimpawan Suwan Samrit, Nikila Valipe, Ronil Vanza, Xiaowei Zhou,
Graduates with a master's degree in the College of Education, please come forward, led by College Marshal Anna Valenta, to be congratulated by President Killeen, Chancellor Emeritus, and Dean Tatum.
Claudia Melgar. Nidhi Shah. Nicholas Williams. Master of Education in Instructional Leadership. Yasmin Alvarez. Neil Ansani. Monica Barrera Kovalevsky. Jeanette Bustamante. Philip Faustman. Carol Garcia. Melissa Guzman. Suyu Ko. Cheryl Kairis. Lauren Lucchese. Sophia Lutecki. Rosa Macias. Janet Ometoing. Matthew Pachelik. Stephanie Pulvi. Isolda Sava. Iga Schultz. Danielle Sherman. Adam Tafoya. Aaron Widener. Master of Education in Special Education. Amy Cowenhoven. Sarah Lyle. Cecilia Rice. Christina Rodriguez. Ashley Smallwood. Ka Tran.
Graduates with master's degrees in the College of Engineering, please come forward, led by College Marshal Michael Strocio, to be congratulated by President Killeen, Chancellor Emeritus, and Dean Nelson.
Master of Science in Bioengineering. Undarma Bat Erdeen. Sitichai Chaichana Wichakid. Tanvishri Yutla. Hansa Kundra. Joseph Lancaster. Michael Tan. Maggie Singh. Master of Science in Civil Engineering. Brian Dubeck. Nita Gurgiali. Matthew Kamovich. Master of Science in Computer Science, Krishna Bardawaj. Sudhanshu Malhotra. Stuti Ori. Master of Science in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Swit Kittawidtayagum. Timothy Palermo. Monica Racha. Jaishao Shen. Liu Feng. Duke Wu. Nedak Efratue. Sandeep Mistry. Master of Science in Materials Engineering, Yuk Wang. Sai Jayanth Vamula. Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Siddiq Ali. Praneeth Chandran. Luis Espinoza Barrera. E.J. Shi. Jaime Ochoa. Yuvraj Tawatia. Shiv Upal. Anthony Weltzer. Master of Energy Engineering in Energy Engineering, Mark Jeffers. Anurag Shah. Ryan Sprague. Master of Engineering, Aaron Dalton.
Graduates with master's degrees in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, please come forward, led by College Marshal Imke Meyer, to be congratulated by President Colleen, Chancellor Emeritus, and Dean Tatillo.
Master of Arts in Criminology, Law, and Justice, Caitlin DeLong. Nicolette de Boudreau. Catherine Barkas. Amber Johnson. Frederick Kruger. Master of Arts, Germanic Studies, Thomas Johnson. Master of Arts in Teaching in Hispanic and Italian Studies, Valeria Carrillo. Mayura Gradia. Master of Arts in Teaching in the Teaching of History, John Stauffer. Master of Arts in Linguistics, Abu Jafar. Allison Lewis. Master of Arts in Political Science, Camilla da Silva Santos. John Johnson. Michael Ladzima.
Graduates with master's degrees in the College of Urban Planning and Public Affairs, please come forward, led by College Marshal Kurt Winkle, to be congratulated by President Colleen, Chancellor Emeritus, and Dean Pagano.
Master of Public Administration in Public Administration, Natalia Cipolla. Nader El-Masri. Nicholas Mavraganis. Anne McGowan. Priti Pal. Matthew Schmitz. Erica Stewart. Sarah Taylor. Barbara Zubek. Master of Urban Planning and Policy in Urban Planning and Policy, Margaret Jar. Frank Krizak. Jennifer Maddox.
I'm also honored today to acknowledge the degree awarded posthumously to Christine O'Brien, a student who earned a Master's of Science degree in Physics. Christine's parents are here to accept her hood, so please come forward. If you were so loud before they accepted their degrees, let's see how you can beat this up now. Please congratulate our graduates of the 2015 class.
Congratulations. And now, please welcome Jeff Niehoff, Vice Chancellor for Advancement, as he provides the alumni welcome to our new graduates. Vice Chancellor Niehoff.
Hello and congratulations to you all. I am pleased to have this opportunity to briefly address this impressive group of new alumni. My name is Jeff Niehoff, and I serve as UIC's Vice Chancellor for Advancement. UIC Advancement's team is committed to keeping you engaged with your university. The relationship between an institution like UIC and its alumni is one of great mutual benefit. We can help you with career counseling, with recruiting your and future employees, and with enriching your life through a variety of campus events. You can help UIC too by volunteering to mentor students, by helping recruit new students, by advocating for UIC in the community, and yes, by giving back through annual financial support of any size. What matters is your participation in advancing UIC's mission and impact. A stronger UIC adds value to the degree you'll carry for the rest of your life. Inside your diploma cover is information sheet from the advancement team with contact information. Please reach out. Make sure we have your up-to-date contact information and stay connected with us. Tell us what's going on in your lives so we can tell other alumni what you're doing. We are proud of you and wish you success in your pursuits. Congratulations.
I would like to conclude by thanking one more time our keynote speaker, Dr. Richard Lariviere. Dr. Lariviere is an excellent example that illustrates the enormous possibilities and opportunities that lie ahead of you after you leave this building today. Even he can probably tell you that those opportunities may lie beyond your imagination at this particular moment. For now, go ahead and celebrate, and then you will need to rest and take this all in. But I assure you, you leave UIC with a degree of great value and knowledge and experience that will serve you for the rest of your lives. Then the time will come to stretch your imagination and see where it takes you. And when you leave the UIC pavilion today and take the next steps forward in your careers, I urge you to also look back. Do not lose sight of your alma mater, and will not lose sight of you. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the UIC staff members whose efforts made today's celebration possible. Our staff members contribute in so many important ways to the function of our enormous and complex institution, and we owe them our gratitude and their excellence. And for one last time from me, congratulations.
At the conclusion of this afternoon's ceremony, the audience and graduates are asked to remain seated until the platform party and faculty have recessed. Please exercise caution when leaving the pavilion and parking areas. In conclusion, congratulations to the graduates and to all of the family and friends on this memorable day. The 2015 Fall Commencement Ceremony is now adjourned. Banner carriers, please come forward and escort the platform party and faculty. Thank you.